This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show. This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show.
What's up, YouTube? I'm your homeboy Josh, back at you with another video. Finally, after like a week, I have been so sick. It's been awful. Up until like yesterday, I sounded like Isaac Hayes. Yeah, you might still hear it in my voice a little bit, but it's a lot better than it was, believe me. It's been rough. I've been, yeah, all the cold medicine in the world. I mean, it's been awful. It's been awful. Holy crap, the rain stopped. Yeah, it's been raining here. It's been like flooding. My wife's not sure she's gonna let me go to work tomorrow. Waffles is like, you're gonna stay home probably. Anyway, I'm excited because I've been ready to do this review for weeks now. And I got sick and then I couldn't do it, and now I'm finally going to do this review. The T-VCT Tank from OBS. Yeah, they sent it on over. They contacted me, so they wanted me to take a look at it. And what I really like about it is that, you know, you don't have to crank it up, you know, super high to get a really good vape. This is a 0.25 ohm head at 60 watts, and it vapes awesome. It vapes awesome. Anyway, before we get too far into it, come on in here. Let's take a look at this guy. So it comes in a box. The OBS tank comes in a box kind of like this. Slide this on off. Pop this on open. You get this full-blown manual. We're not going to go too far into detail, but it shows you all the ins and outs of the tank, how to fill it, how to use it, da-da-da-da-da, you know, that kind of stuff. And this one also came with an RBA deck, which we'll get into momentarily. You get the tank all laid out for you like this, fully assembled. You got some tools, you got some whatever. This is the extra coil it comes with. It comes with a 0.5 ohm coil, it comes with a 0.2 ohm coil. It reads out about 0.25 or so, something like that, 0.24, and it vapes great. I like the 0.2 ohm coil just a little bit better than the 0.5, to be honest. I feel like I got a little bit of a better vape out of it. Underneath, you get all this extra rebuilding supplies and all kinds of stuff. You get like some extra wire to build with, some extra O-rings, you get some extra screws, that kind of stuff, and you get some extra cotton too. It's pretty sweet little package you get when you opt for the one with the rebuildable head. And if you get the one without the rebuildable head, well, you still get, you know, all the good stuff. You still get the tank. It comes pre-built, ready to go, loaded with the 0.5 ohm head, and you get the extra 0.2 ohm head as well. Yeah, so they sent me 3 of them. They sent me this white one. They sent me this metal one, metal finish with the rebuildable head, and they also sent me another black one that came just like this. Now, the black one is already spoken for, but at the end of this video, I'll be letting you know how you guys can have the opportunity to win either the metal finish or the white finish T-VCT tank, and we'll have 2 winners. So 2 people are gonna have a shot to get this awesome tank. Great flavor. And I think that has a lot to do with the construction of these coil heads. I mean, these coil heads are awesome. They really are. They really are. These are a treat to use, okay? These are dual vertical coils, okay? So basically it's 2 coils in parallel. So 2 coils, vertical, in parallel. If you look close, you can see how that coil is all wrapped up. And it's actually 2 coils wrapped in parallel and set vertical. It's got some wire mesh over the cotton, and it's basically wicked with organic cotton. And it's got these big juice holes. I mean, these juice holes, there's 4 of them. It wicks beautifully. I haven't had any issue with dry hits or anything at all. If you look, like, this is look, there's very, very little to constrict your airflow here. I mean, your airflow is basically gonna come in over here, through there, and travel right through the coil for you. Now, that air hole basically ends up being like a full 3mm air hole. It's amazing. I love all the air that you get off this tank. It's airy, but you know, you can constrict the draw just by adjusting the airflow here. It doesn't click, but you've got like a full range that you can go here. You can go as tight as there if you want to, you know, and everything you do on one side goes in the other. So you got 2 airflow holes there on the bottom, and they're probably something like 12mm by 1.5mm, I want to say, something like that. And I usually vape it all the way open, but every now and again, you know, I'll close it off about maybe halfway, something like that. I love these juice windows. These juice windows are so big. You can basically see whatever is going on here. You can make sure everything's wicking right. You can make sure that, you know, your juice level, I mean, no question. You can see everything in here. It's awesome. And yeah, it says OBS over here, cool. But it's got this awesome alien looking motherfucker right here. I love this guy. He is friggin' cool. And he really pops on the white and the black. I don't have the black with me to show you, but he pops there. He's awesome. When you grip this right here, this knurling up here, what's happening is it's spinning that chamber around in there. You see that? Really cool. And you can basically control how much juice comes in contact with those juice holes for the coil. Basically, you know, if you're getting spit back, you know, you can close them off just a bit more, like that. And if you're getting dry hits or you're not getting enough juice to the coil, you can open them up more and just really just open up that cotton for that juice to come in contact with it. It is awesome the way that those work. I love that feature. I really want to see more and more tanks incorporate something like juice flow control. I think that's just a fantastic idea. And just like all the great tanks out there these days, they're all coming top fill. And I've had no problem filling this. You know, I will say it's the same thing with the other top fill tanks I've tried. You know, you gotta have a paper towel around handy, you know, yeah. So 6ml tank. So, and it eats juice, let me tell you. It really does eat a lot of juice in comparison to some of the other tanks I've tried, but you get the flavor to match. I mean, you're consuming a lot of juice while you're vaping this, but I mean, it pays off because you're getting tons and tons of flavor. It's a great, great tank for flavor. I've been enjoying that a lot. Putting in your coil, taking out your coil on this tank, just like any other Sub-Ohm tank. You take your coil head just like this, you screw it on down to there. You see that plate down there? That's your positive contact. That's a big positive contact, man. Let's take a look at the tank section. Not a whole lot to see here because this doesn't come apart. It's not supposed to come apart. Subjective con, basically, you know, you can't clean out this tank too easily. I mean, you can clean it out. You run water through it, but you can't take it apart. And if your glass does break, it's not replaceable. So, something to keep in mind there. And if you look, so another interesting thing about this tank, I did notice that I hadn't been getting any spit back, but I didn't know why until I just looked in there. See that metal bracket? That is really cool. I didn't notice that till just now, and that's to prevent your spit back. That is a brilliant idea. I really like that. And it doesn't look like it's anything that's going to constrict the airflow at all because there's a good amount of space between, I don't know if it's going to show up on film too well, but it's basically lifted or lowered, you know, so that it's creating enough space between the coil head that's producing the vapor and the chimney section, which is, you know, where the vapor is going to travel. So I haven't noticed that it's restricting my airflow at all. Haven't noticed that it's been limiting my flavor at all, and it's been preventing spit back. The drip tip it comes with is a pretty decent drip tip as far as metal drip tips go. I'm not a big fan of them, but it doesn't feel terrible on the lips. It doesn't get warm. I've been using it with this though. I'm usually dripping, so this drip tip just kind of sits by the wayside, but this is like the first just the tip drip tip I ever got. I love it. I just don't use it as much because I don't use tanks as much as I used to. Another subjective con, I mean, anything that you put on here, you know, this section right up here is raised, and I really can't see why it needs to be. You know, there's no reason that this needs to be raised up. It's not, I can't see why that serves a function, because this could just be flush, you know, and then your drip tips wouldn't look quite as wonky sitting on top of there. I mean, this kind of works, kind of, but it also looks a little wonky too, let's face it. You're kind of limited in what kind of drip tips you can put up here. If this were flat, this were flush, you just cut off this raised drip tip thing, it wouldn't limit you quite so much. I think that would be nice. Let's take a look at our rebuildable head. It's just a kayfun style rebuildable head. Nothing too fancy about it, really. Works with flathead screws right here. It's a very small build space is what troubles me about it a little bit. I kind of wish the build space was a little bit bigger. I feel like I could get a little bit more out of it if it was a bit larger. But I guess we'll throw something on in here, right? So let's see what it's like. Screw this on down in here. And then that's really all the build space that we have to work with. That's it. And you can see that, you know, you're kind of meant to put your wire into these little, you know, holes right here, these little posts. This is your positive post, this is your negative post with the insulator there. We're going to use some 24 gauge, just a single coil here. I don't think you can fit much more than that in these post holes. Maybe 22, maybe a single stranded 22. We're going to use some 24. This is about a 2 millimeter bit, I think, something like that, 2.5. I'll go with 8 wraps. I just feel like it's more difficult to get everything through the post holes than just to wrap everything around the screws personally, but it helps save your screws, makes them last a bit longer. Not a whole lot of build space. This is a very, very small deck to work in. I'll just lift it up a little bit like this. A little more. Alright, we'll clip these on off. Clip them close as we can. Don't want it to short or anything when we put our chimney on. Maybe we'll bend this one up just a little bit. There we go. And this one up just a little bit more. Whoops. And that one. Okay. Straighten this out again. Wrong screw. Straighten this out again. Okay. There we go. Alright. Started out nice and low. Already heating up pretty nice. We just need to clean it up a little bit. Do a little strumming. And then we'll take some tweezers to it. Glowing from the inside out. Let's tighten it up a little more. There we go. Looking pretty snazzy. It's a quick build. If you've built a kayfun before, you've built it. It's just a small workspace. And these days, you know, I like to challenge myself a little bit more with some crazier wire and, you know, Claptons and fuse Claptons. And we're going to try out some of this Kendo vape cotton in the process. They gave us some cotton to use, but I'm going to save that for you guys. So this Kendo vape cotton, it's pretty good stuff. I've been messing around with it. Review is forthcoming. Really doesn't take a whole lot of wick at all, just like that much. I think I'm going to go ahead and juice it. Just like that. So we can shape it into place. That's good. That's looking good. It's gonna be pretty nice. All right. You can see there's like two little holes that line up with the wicks. So it stays nice and juicy. Looks good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And we just pop our tank back on. Screw it back together. And we're ready to go. Now we just fill it on up with juice. This is some Scandal by Iron Crow. Company out of North Carolina. Makes some great juice. Reviews coming. Pop that back on. And I really don't get why there are arrows here. That's kind of a silly thing to me. Like, why are the arrows there? I don't need this constant reminder that this tank always unscrews this way. I mean, once I've done it once, I know this. Why are the arrows here? I just think it looks kind of silly. Yeah, that's our juice flow control right there. See it? See it? Closing off, closing off, closing off. All closed off. Open up, open up, open up. I love that feature. I think that's so cool. So cool. All right. See you guys back up there. I gotta say, it's better airflow on the rebuildable head than I thought there was gonna be. I mean, granted, we're wide the hell open, all the way open, but still getting some decent airflow. Still getting some decent airflow. I thought it was gonna be a lot more closed off, but it's pretty good. And really good flavor, considering it's a 0.5 ohm build, considering it's at only 30 watts. I mean, it vapes great. And only a single coil was in 24 gauge. I mean, it vapes awesome for what it is. Really impressed with it, honestly. I like it better than I like my kayfun. I mean, then again, I never had airflow on a kayfun like I do with this. You know, this is crazy airflow. This is awesome. Kayfun, I would never put a 0.5 ohm build in there, really. 0.8, 0.9, probably the lowest I would go. The kayfun. With this, I mean, you can probably even go lower. Fuse Clapton in here. I honestly think I could. Like with some higher gauge, you know, a higher gauge fuse Clapton, like maybe 36, Clapton around 2 strands of 28. Couldn't fit it through the post holes, but you can wrap it around the screws. I don't have any 28 and I'm out of 36, but I feel like I could do it. Delicious, babe. Yeah, so I really like the OBS tank. I really, really do, as far as tanks go. It's a Sub-Ohm tank. I feel like it's got some really amazing features. It's got some great flavor. I love that you don't have to vape it super high. You know, you can have it at a nice, moderate 30 watts. I like that, you know, it has this juice flow control. I really like the juice flow control feature because right now I am getting a little bit of spit back, but you know, if I cut that down, Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I love about that feature. I was getting a little bit of spit back, and then I just cut the juice flow down about, not quite halfway, but close to that, a little more than halfway open. No more spit back. It's a warm, wet vape, but it's no more spit back. Very flavorful vape. I love that it has, the top fill. I know it's kind of gimmicky. Some people say it's kind of gimmicky. I don't think it's gimmicky. I think it's a really nice feature because it makes it easier to fill on the go. I mean, I still feel like, you might want a towel with you just to be safe, You might want a towel with you when you're filling it, but it makes it so much easier to fill when you're on the go. I love that you've got a crazy amount of airflow with it. I mean, that airflow can just go all the way open or just all the way closed. And I love that. It's just a very simple control. It doesn't need to be clicky for me. I don't understand the fascination with clicky, airflow controls. I like the flexibility of it not being clicky, to be honest with you. I love the spit back control. I think that's awesome. I didn't even notice that feature for the 2-3 weeks I've been using it. I didn't even notice that till just now, but I love that feature. I really do. I like the finish on it. I think that it feels good and thick. I feel like it's solid. It's a quality made tank. I love that it's a glass tank secured with this metal, keeps it protected. I love that it has these big, huge juice windows. I mean, you can see your juice in there so clearly. And it's really important because of the juice flow control too, that you can see where you can see how much juice your coil has access to. And I really like that. I really do. There's not very much about this tank that I don't like, honestly. I wish that the rebuildable section had a little bit more space and a little bit more of a deck to it. I wish that you could fit a more complex build in there. I don't like this up here, this like extender for the drip tip. I don't like that at all. I feel like it should just be flush. That would be awesome. And then this wouldn't look quite as silly. It looks okay. I mean, it doesn't look great. It looks okay. I wish this knurling at the bottom, I know the knurling at the bottom is so that I can grip this and, unscrew it, but it really doesn't work very well for me, to be honest with you. I have a really hard time getting the tank off my mod. I always do. And I know, if I don't screw it down as much, then it's not going to be a problem. But, when you're messing with the juice flow control, you're also kind of, you're turning it, so it's screwing it down the mod more. So I feel like, this knurling at the bottom could be a little bit higher. And I feel like that with a lot of sub-ohm tanks. I feel like there's not enough knurling at the bottom for me to really be able to grip and take it on and off my mods. That's just a criticism of, most sub-ohm tanks I've had. I wish you could take apart the tank to clean it a little better. It would also be nice if you could replace the glass if something ever did happen to it despite being protected by the metal. So I do like the tank overall. Those small gripes aside, it's an excellent tank. Great amount of vapor, excellent flavor. And like I said before, you really don't have to turn it up very high. It's at 35 watts right now. That's it, 35 watts. And the vape's fantastic. I'm not even using like a wide bore tip. So yeah, a huge thanks to OBS for sending this on the way. All three of these tanks, we really enjoyed them, and I'm excited to pass them on to you guys. They wanted me to let you know that they've got a new tank coming out too, called the Cirrus tank. I think that's how you say it. It's C-R-I-U-S. So it's either Sirius or Cirrus with a weird spelling. I'm thinking Cirrus. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. Now, it's a 4.2 milliliter tank. It's got a sub-ohm portion, it's got a rebuildable portion. Cool thing about this rebuildable portion is that it is a dual coil rebuildable. So it looks pretty sweet. I hope I have the opportunity to try this one out too. Wink, wink. And yeah, I mean, if it's half as good as this one, it's still gonna be a great tank. This video has been a long time coming. I've had this for, 2 weeks, and I was getting ready to film the video and all that, and then I got sick, and it's been a rough week where I've been sick. It's been terrible. But I'm well again, miraculously. So I've finally gotten back in front of the camera, and like I said, we're gonna go ahead and give away these two guys. We're gonna give away the white one, we're gonna give away the metal finish T-VCT tank, and we're gonna also throw in these temp control nickel heads that they sent along as well. I don't have a temp control mod, so it works out great for you guys. Someone gets to win that. I think I'm gonna throw that in. Well, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna have two winners, right? Someone's gonna get the metal tank, and someone's gonna get the white tank. Now, whoever wins has a choice. You can either have these temp control heads, or you can have the rebuildable head. And I'm also gonna go ahead and add a little bit to the pot. I'm gonna go ahead and buy some 0.2 ohm heads for you and some 0.5 ohm heads for you, and we're gonna split those up between the winners, okay? So whoever is the first winner gets a choice of their color. They get a choice of either the nickel heads or the rebuildable head, and the other winner gets to have whatever's left over, and we're gonna split up those extra heads that I'm gonna buy for you guys. We'll announce the winner in 2 weeks' time, and for this giveaway, of course, go ahead, you have to subscribe to me, okay, my channel, okay, and I guess you have to comment below and tell me what's your least favorite part about getting sick. Yeah. What's your least favorite part about getting the cold, getting the flu, anything like that? Is it the runny nose? Is it the cough? Is it like the drainage? Is it, I'm not going to go into too much detail because that's just gross. But it's been a rough week. I mean, I've sounded like Isaac Hayes until like yesterday. It's been rough. So in the comments below, tell me what's your least favorite part about getting sick. Awesome. Till next time, please remember to comment, share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'm your homeboy Josh. Vape on, vapors.